The Volquest 2-minute drill is brought to you by Craven Wings.
Craven Wings 2-minute drill on this Monday. Don't forget, kids eat free every day at Craven Wings. Brent, when you listen to Josh Heupel today, it's business as usual. They've played Pittsburgh several times in the last handful of years. He knows they're going to face a hard-nosed, gritty unit coming out of the Panthers.
Yeah, no doubt. And they know exactly what they're getting into. They know the personnel. They know schematically. This is a great contrast in styles. Josh Heupel wants to play fast. He wants to play out on the perimeter. Pitt wants to be salty and physical in the trenches. A lot of press man coverage on the outside. So it's a matter of, kind of who's the more physical team, who can hold up, and then can Tennessee turn their tempo into their advantage. They couldn't do that as much as they wanted to a year ago because they missed on some golden opportunities early in that game.
Biggest takeaway from Jabari Small today was that he kind of felt like he was getting into a groove, and he could sense that that added weight was paying dividends early on in the football game because it gave him more confidence.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest takeaway for me. Just he felt like he went to the field with more confidence carrying the weight, and he's going to have to be physical in this game, and not just physical in running the football, but physical in pass protection as well. One of the things Jerome Carvin talked about, Josh Heupel, everybody talked about, no real challenges. I mean, Jabari Small was asked, how'd you do in pass pro? And he's like, we didn't have any pass pro.
Yeah, they just dropped.
I mean, we didn't have a. That's not going to be the case on Saturday. So how physical Tennessee can be in the box with their offensive line, tight ends, and running backs in the pass pro game is going to be key to Hendon Hooker's success throwing the football.
Yeah, Carvin clearly knows they're in for a much stouter test up front in that front seven for the Panther defensive line coming up Saturday. Juju Mitchell, Josh kind of deflected on that, said we'd know later in the week. Again, I think my stance always going to kind of be, if I was asked to put money on it, I wouldn't put money on it.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. I mean, he didn't come out and declare him back. He didn't say he was out. He said it'd be later in the week. But he was very non-committal about Juwan being able to play. Talked about Aaron Beasley. Liked what he saw out of Aaron Beasley. It was pretty complimentary of his defense overall, which kind of surprised me a little bit. I didn't expect him to rip him, but he was pretty complimentary of his secondary play in the corners. We'll see. I think Kamal Haddon's going to get more run and should because he played well. But one thing back to Carvin, I think Carvin likes the fact that he's going to be playing guard in this game as opposed to center. It's a tough task for him last year when you think about it. Cooper's got that ankle sprain, and then he gets thrown into there. Having to make all those calls and everything else was really hard. I think he likes being there. The combination of him and Cooper there, knowing what's coming, can maybe help this offensive line from a communication standpoint not give up some of those pressures that they did a year ago.
Yeah, Coop was out, and then I think this was a game Cade got injured in as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so you factor that in. Jabari Small talked about how he got injured in this game a year ago. They had to make a quarterback change when Joe. They still almost had a chance there at the end to win that football game. So what can Tennessee get out of their core guys that are returning, and what can they get out of guys like Josh Josephs, who flashed, shown some promise on Saturday, and clearly, I think we'll have a niche. Is it 15 snaps, 8 snaps, some type of snaps?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's a guy who can cause problems off the edge. He's a different look than what they have with some other guys for sure. Can Tennessee get home with some pressure? That's going to be the big challenge. Can they defend the middle of the field? That's going to be a challenge for Tennessee as well. This is a Pitt team that's going to have a lot of confidence. They're going to have a lot of belief in it. This is a Tennessee team that's going to have a lot of confidence and belief. I think this is one of the better matchups in college football all weekend long across the country. So a lot of eyes are going to be on this. This is a real step for Tennessee, a real opportunity. What kind of growth do they go from week 1 to week 2? I think we probably know a little bit more about Pitt because they play better competition than we truly know about Tennessee right now, other than we know their personnel, we know the veteran guys that Tennessee's got back on this roster.
One final update, and I'll let everybody know, we've moved on from the walker. We're now on to the Moses walking stick.
That's right. So now I can tell everybody I'm a crafty veteran outdoorsman, and I'm not looking for the Jell-O line at the rehab facility, right?
Exactly. Tapioca pudding. That's the Craven Wings 2-minute drill on this Monday. Happy Labor Day, everybody.
When you're craving wings, it's got to be Craven Wings. Online at cravenwings.com.